Welcome to the sanctuary. I'm Kyle, and I'm here to tell you to never be afraid to step into the pleasure den of the absurd. November 27, 2022 would have been the 80th birthday of James Marshall Hendrix. I am such a Jimi Hendrix fanatic that I figured, well, my top 10 favorite studio recordings. We'll start off with the feedback-drenched sitar and drums instrumental version, Cherokee Mist. So, on the album prior, the lead-off song on this record, Earth Blues. It's my favorite recording of this song. Just guitar, bass, drums, and it's from the very first studio recording session from the Band of Gypsies, Jimmy, Buddy Miles, and Billy Cox. Next, from the album preceding People, Hell, and Angels, the last one, the title track of this album, Valleys of Neptune. A great example of late period Jimi Hendrix guitar playing. And again, this is just, a run through in the studio pretty much. Probably like the best take that they did. And it probably would have been cleaned up and whatever. Maybe the middle section would have been trimmed up and, a little more finesse put into it. But I love this song, man. Valleys of Neptune. It's Jimmy, Billy Cox, and Mitch Mitchell. Whew. So the next 4 albums, I decided to pick 2 songs of the next 4 albums to make it 10, but I guess my math is off. Who cares? It's Jimi Hendrix. They're all good. So, from The Cry of Love, Drifting. Oh man, Drifting might be like my top 3 favorite Hendrix songs, And since I have to pick another one from this, I'll go with Astro Man. I always liked it, He plays one guitar line on one speaker, answers it on the other, and, the 2 guitars working together, it's great, So next, from Electric Ladyland, a masterpiece. So I got to pick 2 songs from this, and that's going to be pretty easy. The title track, Have You Ever Been to Electric Ladyland? Jimmy's always shown his R&B influence on so many recordings, but I think this one is the pinnacle, like how he took the blues to the other level. He took R&B to the next level. You could picture Marvin Gaye singing this song, and it almost seems like Jimmy, through this song, could be added to that pantheon. Keep watching, that's right. Keep watching. And so, the second song, well, what do you think it's going to be? Of course, the last one, Voodoo Child, Slight Return. And I will say this. I'm not saying there's a bad version out there, a bad live version that Jimmy did of Voodoo Child. But I have not heard a live version that is as good a listen as the studio version here. How could they compete? He could overdub a second guitar. Maybe have that guitar panning from speaker to speaker. adding echo and making those leads rip and fade out like a burning star in the blackened sky at night. Voodoo Child, Slight Return. Definitely a favorite. From his second album, Axis, Old as Love, which really showcased his songwriting style. Ain't No Tellin'. It's only about like 2 minutes long. Early Hendrix experience with Noel Redding and Mitch Mitchell. A great example of these guys playing together. It's kind of a shame they never played it live. And next, Castles Made of Sand. I mean, it's got, you know, that iconic intro. It's got wonderful lyrics. And it's got, you know, backwards guitar. And what's not to love about it, you know? So we got two more coming up from the first album, Are You Experienced? The beginning of where he would take, you know, his songwriting to with like Castles Made of Sand. And that's The Wind Cries Mary. Great song, beautiful lyrics. So it's a great example of the early experience together. And my number one song would be the last one on this record, which is the title track, Are You Experienced? And with the right listen, at the right time, I can be moved to tears with this one, man. The minimalist piano, the drone of the bass, you know, pumping it along, and the plucky strumming of JIMI, you know, with the drums and the backwards cymbals and the backwards guitar solo with that pinched harmonic, you know, it's great. And that vocal melody, man, to me, that's the best, you know, that's the best. There's my top 10 favorite Hendrix songs with some other stuff. I want to thank you for watching. And with that, I'd just always like to say to you that's watching me and hearing me now, never be afraid to step into the pleasure den of the absurd.